SLA E10, input processing theory. Within the model of input processing is the basic idea that learners bring processing strategies for making meaning connections to the task of comprehension. That is, as learners are attempting to comprehend what they hear, they must somehow tag and encode linguistic features in the input for use by their internal mechanisms responsible for developing mental representations. It is obvious that acquisition is not instantaneous. It means nothing is acquired immediately upon exposure to input. We should have some strategies. Thus, learners must somehow be filtering inputs as they attempt to make sense out of what someone is saying to them. Research in input processing attempts to understand what these filtering mechanisms are. Furthermore, input processing refers to not to noticing, but to how learners do or do not link meanings into a piece of linguistic data, be if it's a word, a phrase, or piece of sentence. The claims about input processing. The most widely known model for input processing has been developed by Bill VanPatten. In that model, learners' processing strategies are coached in terms of principles that guide processing, which has 4 principles here, including principle 1. Learners process content words in the input before anything else. Then content words first, called the primacy of content words. This principle claims that L2 learners come to the task of acquisition knowing that words exist and seeks these as key elements to meaning of an utterance. Second, learners will process lexical items for meaning before grammatical forms, when both encode at the same meaning. Here the idea is that when redundancy exists in language, lexical items are processed prior to grammatical forms. This is called lexical preference principle. Third one, learners tend to process the first noun or pronoun they encounter in the sentence as subject or agent. And the last one, learners tend to process items in sentence initial position before those in sentence final position and those in sentence medial position. This is the only principle that deals with what is called as salience in the input. It is referred to us as sentence location principle.